The fact that your number is 7733 means something really powerful. It's about to take place when it comes to you, my gorgeous Scorpioni, especially when it comes to the actual month of March 2023. It is about an important, absolutely massive, a giant realization you are going to have about yourself, about your life, about a huge, massive, giant, enormous picture. This in itself is literally going to take place in between the 17th and the 23rd of March, where you need to pay attention to what is exactly going to be happening around you, what is exactly going to be like kind of requiring your attention, what is exactly going to inspire you in terms of the actual passion. This is going to lead towards you realizing that you are ready, my gorgeous Scorpioni, you're ready to do something you wanted to do in absolute ages, months, years, centuries. You are ready to do something important, and it's all going, you will see exactly what I mean, because what you're going to see and what you're going to come across is going to open your eyes, but most importantly, it's going to create such a powerful moment of your own enlightenment. And that in itself means that you are gonna realize, basically what you're gonna realize, something so huge, something so big, something so important, but it's to do with you knowing that you've got absolutely everything you need in order to make a really big and important step in your life. At the same time, the specific information that you are going to hear is going to give you such a nice and rather delicious sense of urgency. I say delicious sense of urgency because it couldn't have happened at a better time. What are you gonna hear? It's really gonna make you aware of the fact that, you know, we are not on this like earth forever, you know, and every single moment is literally precious. Every minute, every second, you know, every millisecond of our time on this earth is really precious, as long as you are following your own direction. When it comes to your soul guidance, when it comes to your life purpose, you are going to be absolutely fine. Okay, so it's just basically realizing, my gorgeous Scorpioni, that you are really gonna be able to do something really big, that you've got everything you possibly need, and that in itself is also it's gonna trigger something, so it's gonna trigger almost immediately a couple of things within you. Almost immediately you're gonna feel like, oh my god, I want to do more things spiritual, and that's absolutely mind-blowing moment, because we are the actual spirituality. The more spiritual we feel, the more powerful we are going to be in so many different ways, because you are at the same time allowing yourself to be yourself by exploring those things that are interesting you, you know, those things that, you know, get your attention, and those things that you want to try, those things that you want to do in terms of spirituality. So do not ignore things like that. Like, for example, you're gonna have a lot of like ideas and realization. I want to try this, I want to try that, I might want to like maybe smudge my home and things like that with a dry sage, you know. So you really kind of need to understand that all those little tiny mini directions are coming from somewhere. It's going to help you to level up when it comes to your own spirituality. And another thing that is going to happen also, you know, you are going to realize, you know, that the next phase of your life is about to begin. And that is really going to happen at around the time this month in March, my gorgeous Scorpione. It's going to happen at around the time when you're going to realize, you know, how now when the next phase begins, you know, you will know this, because you're going to realize that now you're going to be able to do things in a different way. You're going to be able to express yourself in a different way, and even more so, you know, you are really going to intensely be thinking about so much that happened to you over the last few years again, that held you down, that made you feel unhappy, that made you feel negative, that made you feel like you can't live your life the way you want to live your life when it comes to you expressing yourself. You're Scorpione, so this is important. You know, everybody is weird in their own way, and you know, your weirdness, it's literally your power. And the more you explore things that other people think that you're weird about, you know, the more you are going to achieve in this life. So this is all about you kind of realizing, oh my god, for so long my hands were tied behind my back, I couldn't do what I wanted to do, I was just in a little bit of like self-imposed prison. You haven't done anything wrong, but it's a lot to do with like the things things on the outside, like the outside influences and things like that have that have impacted your life in a big way. That doesn't matter as long as you kind of learn out of it. And here you are going to have a really kind of big lesson that you're going to learn out of this, which is going to reflect on you seeing things in your life, bad things that happen to you, from a completely different angle. Here you're going to become grateful for the negative and bad things that happened to you within the last 2 or 3 years, because otherwise you wouldn't get to this precious and sacred moment of your life where you're going to know exactly how to basically, you're going to know exactly by the end of this month in what do you need to put in time and effort, you know, and then you're going to be reaping the rewards. But at the same time, it's to do with coming up with a long-term strategy where you do need to be patient. But then on another hand, it's all about you transforming your ideas and goals into reality. It's to do with a skillful action that you can most certainly do, and you are literally going to become confident about yourself, confident about your power, like you've never been confident before. This is going to be remarkable indeed. And there is also somebody in your life, somebody who's like very close to you, somebody who's connected to you, somebody who means to you so much, whether this is a family member. I'm sorry, I'm talking really fast, aren't I? Sorry. Whether this is a family member, or whether this is like your friend. Now just slow down. I'm slowing down. Whether this is a family member, my gorgeous Scorpioni, or this is somebody who means to you so much. There's somebody who hasn't seen you in a while, or somebody who hasn't spoke to you in a while. It's kind of going to reach forward and they're going to surprise you. They're going to ask you something and you're going to be like, oh yeah, you're getting in touch with me when you need something type of thing. No, baby, no. It's not about that. So somebody who hasn't been in touch with you for a while, it's gonna get in touch with you and they're gonna ask you something, and at the same time it's like you really shouldn't think like that in this particular way. Oh no, you're getting in touch with me because you're asking me because you need something. No, baby, no. But it's more important to pay attention to what that person is actually going to say to you. There is a specific information that this person is going to give you, and this specific information that this person is going to give you, it's going to make you aware of something that you didn't know, which is going to give you a very interesting idea. And this is to do with your life, it's to do with your personal life, and it's also to do with something that was on your mind for a while, and now you're going to have an opportunity to kind of go for it. So this is something very specific, but at the same time is rather personal. And when it comes to the actual when it comes to nutrition, my gorgeous Scorpioni, like you see, my OCD is like kicking in now because I don't think that I'm exactly in the middle in this scream. Am I in the middle? So my OCD is like screaming, put us in the middle. Oh God, I'm in the middle now. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to ignore it. So yeah, when it comes to nutrition, my gorgeous Scorpioni, so basically I would also highly recommend you to keep on taking natural vitamin D3, because this is going to help you to boost your immune system, and it's going to help you to re-energize, and it's also going to help you to when it comes to your sensitive bones, alongside natural zinc picolinate. The zinc picolinate is this highly absorbable version of zinc, and in combination with vitamin D3, it's absolutely mind-blowing when it comes to boosting your immune system, and also it's beneficial for skin, hair and nails as well. Skin, hair and nails as well. And another thing that I was going to recommend you, it's going to be like organic chlorella. I've been saying this for a while. It's so important for you to take this. Organic chlorella is a natural supplement as well, and it's like rich in omega-3 essential fatty acids, which our body cannot produce by itself, but it's rather essential because it's fantastic when it comes to like our mood, for a good mood, for our mind, for our memory, for our brain, for brain functions and things like that. But it's also going to boost your immune system. And on top of that, why you should be taking organic chlorella is because the metals are absolutely everywhere. They're in the sky, they're in the soil, they're in the ground. Dangerous metals. Whether you believe this or not, it's entirely up to you. It depends at what level your spiritual journey you are. So if you believe this, that's brilliant, because you should believe this really. So in order to protect your body from all these metals, you should be taking organic chlorella. Organic chlorella, it's been proven over and over again for its ability to detoxify our body. from dangerous metals indeed. And what happens is, if we let our body to keep on absorbing dangerous metals and not doing anything about it, then it's going to prevent our body from absorbing the actual nutritions, and if that happens, then things can become not really good. So the 3 supplements you should be taking. These I obviously have my own brand, which is without any chemicals, without any fillers, without any vile unnecessary ingredients. I decided to create my own brand because I couldn't find something as good as I wanted out there, sadly. So basically, if you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor or your GP whether you can take these supplements or not. I highly recommend you my supplements because they're made with an exceptional quality ingredients. So this is a natural vitamin D3, you should be taking this. This is a natural zinc picolinate, you should be taking this. And this is a natural organic chlorella. Big mama, you should be taking this. So the link is in the description below, or you can simply go on Google and just type in gorgeous Sasha Bonasin vitamins. No, I'm joking. You should just go on Google and just type in Sasha Bonasin vitamins, and you will see my page coming up that way as well. So this is something that I highly recommend you indeed. So now, my gorgeous Scorpioni, the very first date that I would like to recommend to you, it's going to be on the 3rd of March. Now this is like when Big Mama is about to step in. Big Mama is about to like absolutely step in at this moment in time, because on the 3rd of March, it's, you know, it's all about your own truth. It's all about your own truth. You are going to find out your own truth, like a big truth, a massive truth. This is going to be such an amazing moment in time, because this is going to feel different. What are you going to be realize? What are you going to kind of be thinking about? It's a lot to do with your own truth that you are going to realize, you know, and this in itself, it's so important, because at that moment in time, and your own truth is going to come from you, like a really kind of a realizing of why you're not doing something, like thinking about something very, very specific, like not on one hand blaming yourself, but then on another hand, like, why you're not doing this? This is my truth. And you're going to become so passionate, like, oh my God, you're going to become so passionate about something. So this is why you are going to be like literally staring at your own truth in the face. And this in itself, you know, it's all about you realizing something really big, and this is a lot to do with the spiritual awakening, and at the same time you are healing and ascending on the next level of your life. And this is a lot to do with you kind of feeling unhappy for a long time, and at the same time this unhappiness was making you feel really, really insecure indeed. So you will know what the way out of this is actually going to be on the 3rd of March 2023. This is in itself, it's a lot to do with your intuitive awareness, and it's a lot to do with you needing to trust your inner voice. There is nobody else more powerful. Nothing else is more powerful than your own inner voice, than your own inner guidance, okay? And this in itself, it's really kind of gonna lead towards a very like a very important contemplation, and you're gonna be contemplating. And the bottom line when it comes to this contemplation, you know, it's like what that are 2 important things that you need to think about here is where do you need to put more efforts towards something very specific. You still need to put more efforts towards. And then another thing that you should really highlight when it comes to that contemplation, it's like, do not forget and do not ignore how much you want to learn something, So these things, when it comes to the actual contemplation, should really stand out above everything else. So you can split this contemplation in these 2 particular things. This is more important than you can possibly imagine. Another thing I was going to recommend you, my gorgeous Scorpioni, it's absolutely gorgeous silicone. And this is a good pendant when it comes to you, because it works really perfectly with your sign. This protects you from negative energy, from negativity, from anxiety. It really protects you a lot from fears, and it protects you like when you're feeling lightheaded, and it also protects you when you like don't feel right, when you feel spaced out and you need to do something really important, or you need to kind of act in an important way, or you need to say something important, but you are nervous, you don't feel okay, you don't feel grounded, and there are lots lots of people that could cause you feeling like this without them even wanting it. Sometimes if the room is full of people, you can be very, very sensitive, my gorgeous Scorpione, just like Virgolini. Sometimes you can be very sensitive within the room full of people. Sometimes you can find like there are too many people around you and it's like, oh, I want to get out of here. Oh. This is because you can feel the energy and vibration in a very specific and sensitive way, and that can affect you because you start thinking about things, about nonsense that you shouldn't be thinking about. Don't get me wrong, it's not a nonsense, but you know, everything seemed to be like kind of amplified in this situation. So silicone helps you because it brings you feeling of lightness and sense of serenity. It creates clear heart connection with the divine. So my gorgeous Scorpione, this is something I highly recommend you to wear, and the link and this also comes with a gorgeous sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is within the description below. Just click on the name of this video at the bottom and you will see, pop, it's gonna pop out the actual description. The second important date, my gorgeous Scorpione, is going to be on the 11th of March. Now, literally, it's like, oh my God, you can literally expect the unexpected here. You can expect the unexpected, especially when it comes to like a clear direction being shown to you, okay? And this, like kind of when this clear direction is absolutely shown to you, this is a lot to do with your intention, but it's a lot to do with you feeling really ambitious. It's a lot to do with you suddenly feeling really driven, but at the same time, you know, it's like you are going to, I know that this is going to sound weird, but you are going to need to use spiritual resources to cope, to endure. Now, like, oh my God, you're going to need something to endure. No, at the same time, what you need to understand is that you must not ignore the spiritual ideas that you are going to have. I know this sounds really crazy and weird and bizarre, but it's all part of it. The more you let yourself into it, the more you're gonna gain out of it. It's not necessarily only about being successful in life, having lots of money. You can have all the money, success and everything, but you can still be unhappy. And this is why, because sometimes people just don't really do what they should be doing, especially when it comes to constantly investigating things that are part of our existence. And people do ignore this quite a lot. When I say investigating things that make you feel good, things that make you feel who you are, and most importantly at this moment in time, when it comes to this specific situation, it's like, you know, you are going to be tapping into so many different vibrations and dimensions which are naturally going to require from you to further yourself spiritually. So here you're going to have lots of ideas, spiritual ideas, and you may not even realize that they're spiritual, but you will see it's all going to lead towards your own spirituality. So when I say that you're going to need to use spiritual resources to cope and endure, it's just about you not ignoring the little subtle ideas that you are going to have as well. That is going to seem so much less interesting to what you are going to be thinking about, but this is why you just have to be as open-minded as you possibly can. This in itself, you know, it's really going to need for you to be responsible, because you are really going to lay a very powerful and solid foundation, you know, when it comes to your future here. You know, normally you would feel so challenged when it comes to this. You will find this very, very challenging, and you will see exactly why, because you will know that there is a lot to do ahead, and there are some kind of changes that you're going to need to make in terms of adjustment. You know, naturally certain things came to an end, so you just have to be honest with yourself. But the bottom line is, normally you would find this challenging, and now you are really kind of getting a completely different perspective. You will know when it's time to pause, you will know when it's time to wait, but also at the same time, most importantly, there is a very important stage here also in terms of like a voluntary sacrifice. You need to let something go. This is very, very important for you to remember indeed, because something has come to an end here and you need to remove yourself from that, okay? Because it's like kind of slowing you down. You know, what you're going to be doing right now, it's really going to make you satisfied solidified so soon, much sooner than you possibly think. And things that you're going to be focusing on and things that you're going to be working on in March, throughout the March 2023, are going to actually be pretty much so. Already you will see the result of that in June and July 2023, and then by the end of November 2023, it's like, oh my god, you're gonna be like kind of looking at a whole new world right in front of you, and you're gonna be thinking about March, and you're gonna be thinking like, oh my god, my life was like so much different back then. And this is what I'm talking about, my gorgeous Scorpioni here, indeed. And also another thing that I was going to recommend you would be like, look at how beautiful this is. It's like, oh my god, this gorgeous crazy lace jasper. I mean, look how powerful this is. Look at that pattern. It's like, oh my god, what nature can design is just, the nature is literally the best designer like ever. It's just so beautiful. Nothing is beautiful like what nature actually designs itself. Look at this, absolutely gorgeous. And I highly recommend you Crazy Lace Jasper because it wards off evil eye, it brings joy, and it absorbs emotional pain, and at the same time it helps you to connect and reconnect with yourself. And when you wear this Crazy Lace Jasper, you know, you come across in a very powerful way when you talk, when you speak, when you're doing something, when you're expressing yourself, whatever you put your energy towards. When you are wearing Crazy Lace Jasper, you come across in a much more powerful way that you normally would, because this perfectly works with your vibration and with your energy in order to portray yourself and to paint yourself in the way you want to be painted and portrayed in front of like specific people, for example. So this also like helps you to express yourself and to say the right things as well, my gorgeous Scorpioni. This gorgeous Crazy Lace Jasper comes with sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. The last important date, my gorgeous Scorpioni, it's going to be actually on the 27th of March. Now on the 27th of March, you are really kind of going to have a very good news here, very good news. It's going to, this good news that you're going to have, it's really going to be about a steady progress. You will know what is like kind of making steady progress in your life. So really 27th of March, it's going to be quite a specific date when it comes to you knowing exactly where you are making a progress, steady progress, but it's still a good progress. That in itself is going to show you exactly also the part of your life where you need to kind of work on more a little bit, and there is almost like kind of like almost like you're gonna think like, oh god, it's a hard work. No, but you still need to do this. You need to stick to some kind of a plan. So the 27th of March also, it is also, oh god, it's like a bastard day because it's going to be like a temptation here, and you must ignore this bastardo temptation. You must ignore this temptation, and this temptation that you're going to have on the 27th of March, it's like kind of going to almost like put you away from something that you should be working on. No baby, no. So ignore this temptation. You have to be stronger. You're much more powerful than that. You're stronger than that. So ignore this temptation that you're going to have. So on one hand, you're going to have temptation on the 27th of March, and then on another hand, you are going to kind of become aware of something that you still kind of need to work on still. But it's a hard work. You need to kind of do this, and you need to kind of stick to the particular plan. You need to stick to the particular plan. You need to stick to your own plan. You need to stick to the original plan, my gorgeous Scorpioni. So ignore this temptation. This is so important, because this in itself, it's also going to be so important. The 27th, you know, 27th, it's also going to be like kind of so important to you, because, you know, through people people in your life who mean to you so much, who are important to you, like friends and family members, you know, you're going to understand through them that you shouldn't be taking things for granted. Now, this is nothing bad or anything like that, but through people in your life, you're going to realize on one hand that you shouldn't be taking things for granted, and then on another hand, through the actual people in your life, you're also going to realize that you need to kind of change something about yourself. It's time to reevaluate yourself. It's time to kind of change something about yourself, and this in itself is going to make you aware of the fact that now it's time to kind of rest a little bit, you know, like do something for yourself, meditate a little bit, go and visit the forest, go ground yourself a little bit, because it's all about you recentering yourself. And after you do this, it's almost as if you're going to need to take like a mini little break, one day or two. And that in itself is really going to help you not only to mentally prepare, but something very interesting is going to come to you as well. Something very, very interesting is going to come to you. And also, when it comes to the actual 27th of March, there is a specific information that you are going to find out and that you are going to hear. And this specific information that you're going to hear, you're going to find almost unbelievable to believe. But again, at this stage of your life, nothing is becoming unbelievable anymore, like literally. So there is some kind of additional crazy information that you're going to hear, and it's going to be almost unbelievable to believe, but it's not about that, because as I said, there's nothing unbelievable anymore, literally. But what you need to do with this specific information, you need to share knowledge. You need to share knowledge. You need to share this knowledge with the people in your life who mean to you so much, so they don't kind of, you know, so they have this specific information. So just that's all you need to know. You just need to share this with the people in your life. Whether they're going to believe this to you or not, it doesn't matter. Yet again, you are doing your spiritual duty by making those people aware who are the closest to you, what you are actually going to find out. And what they're going to do with that information, that's entirely up to them. And yet again, it depends how advanced they are on their own spiritual journey. Indeed. Okay, so now, my gorgeous Scorpioni, I'm just going to see what is going to happen to those of you who are in relationship. Oh God, things are going to be like all around the place when it comes to the actual relationships. You need to focus on one thing. This is what I need to tell you, because there are quite a few things that are going to be going on this month that you as a couple are going to be working on. Things are really going to pick up, and things are going to be quite busy, and almost like as if things are going to be like a little bit of a chaotic, because you are really both going to have an opportunity to do something so big and so important, and that in itself is going to help to both of you to move on with your life. But you're not going to be able to do that if you're like a little bit scattered, like a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit there. No, baby, no. What you need to do is you need to focus on one thing. Okay, you need to focus with one thing specific. And if you focus on one right thing, that in itself is bringing you, you know, to both of you, you know, a fresh inspiration. And that fresh inspiration that you're going to have, it's not about fresh inspiration, but it's about you needing to explore something, you know. And that in itself is going to be important, because at the same time you're both going to realize what's missing and what has been missing in your lives. And for those of you who are single and ready to, hello my darling, stranger in the night, Scorpio in the morning, stranger in the night, a Scorpion in the morning, stranger in the night. My gorgeous Scorpioni, but only now, you are only now kind of gathering all this vibration and all this energy. You are about to get yourself back. I'm not saying that you've lost yourself, but you are about to get yourself back. You're gonna start feeling absolutely vavavoom-ish from the beginning of March. You're gonna start feeling it. You're gonna start feeling yourself. Only now you are ready to let somebody in. But before that, it's time for fun. But before that, it's time for fun, because you're gonna feel like a very cheeky. You're gonna feel very naughty. You're gonna feel very passionate. You're gonna feel revived. You will want to live again. I'm not saying that you were stuck at home, and I'm not saying that you didn't do anything, but I'm just saying that you're going to feel absolutely magical in so many different ways, energetic, and at the same time, you know, that passion, it's like, oh my God, you're going to be shining really brightly. Not only going to feel like that, but you're also going to be very attractive to those people that you project your energy towards, you know. So this is something that I really need you to understand. It's happening because the next phase of your life is about to begin. Whether you thought before that you were ready, you know, it doesn't really matter. It's just all about this vibration and energy that you are going to have. So from the 1st of March, the next phase is about to begin. And from the 1st of March, you're going to feel how you want to kind of revive your life. And you're going to have all sorts of ideas what to do and where to go. And there is something very interesting that you're going to realize. Something is going to be on your mind, something that you want to do. And you will know that what you're going to do, what is on your mind, it's also going to put you on path with someone very, very special indeed. And I suggest you to just absolutely go for it. This is a lot to do with your socializing. It's a lot to do with you going out there. It's a lot to do with you doing things, but at the right time of your lives. It's not about finding like an amazing person who you're going to fall in love for the rest of your life. No, baby, no. At this moment in time, it's a time for like you just kind of like going out there and exploring and living your life and enjoying yourself. So the less intense you are about letting someone in your life, and the more open-minded you are when it comes to enjoyment, fun, and meeting people, the more chances are that someone absolutely mind-blowing is about to enter your life. So this is actually really, really good. So it's all about you following your intuition, making the most of it, but also like getting out there and doing things and feeling it, you know. This is a powerful stage in your life because yet again, you're going to realize something very specific and very special about yourself, how ready you are, example, to let someone into your life. But you're going to realize that only now you are ready, because the extent of all this is going to be mind-blowing in so many different ways. Okay, my gorgeous Scorpioni, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.